judge people by whether they have Indian blood, whether they're qualified to run a gaming casino or not?
That probably is me, absolutely. Because I'll tell you what, if you look at some of the reservations that you've approved, you, sir, in your great wisdom have approved, I will tell you right now, they don't look like Indians to me, and they don't look like the Indians. Now, maybe we say politically correct or not politically correct. They don't look like Indians to me, and they don't look like Indians to Indians, and a lot of people are laughing at it, and you're telling how tough it is, how rough it is to get approved. Well, you go up to Connecticut, and you look. Now, they don't look like Indians to me, sir.
Thank God that's not the test of whether or not people have rights in this country or not, whether or not they pass your look test.
Depends whether or not you're approving it, sir.
No, it's not a question whether I'm approving it. It's not a question whether I'm approving it. Mr. Trump, you know in the history of this country where we've heard this discussion before, they don't look Jewish to me.
Oh, really?
They don't look Indian to me. They don't look Italian to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a test for whether people could go into business or not go into business, whether they could get a bank loan. You're too black, you're not black enough.
I want to find out. Well, then why you're approving for Indian? Why don't you approve it for everybody then?
That's not a test.
If your case is non-discriminatory, why don't you approve for everybody? You're saying only Indians. Wait a minute, sir.
Stand for it in 5
minutes. You're saying
minutes.
only Indians can have the reservations, only Indians can have the gaming. So why aren't you approving it for everybody? Why are you being discriminatory? Why is it that the Indians don't pay tax, but everybody else does? I do.
Across from the prison and beside the Great Lake, below the rooftops and above the highway, the spirits pay rent on the basements they haunt, and the painters just draw pictures of the things that they want. I cook my dinner on the black
What do we do when our land is under attack?
Stand up!
What do we do when our air is under attack? What do we do when our communities are under attack? What do we do when our water is under attack? Stand up, fight back! Stand up, fight back! Stand up, fight back! Stand up, make some noise!
We got $2 soldiers and $10 words. If I didn't own boots, I wouldn't need feet. I come from the nation of heat. So swift and so vicious are the carnival rides, and the carnival barker yell your name for a bribe. We got billboards for love and Japanese cars. It ain't rare to hear the streetlights call themselves stars. The more that I learn, the more that I cheat. I come from the nation of heat.
Taught that we're each other's enemy. EPA is not the enemy. We protect American families from those that are determined to allow their greed to take our country backwards, to make America gray again. That's the plan, to make America gray again. And for what? The almighty dollar. We cannot allow that, and only we can stop it. There's not a politician that's going to do a thing unless we say so. So we got to demand that our leaders step up and take charge of things and make sure that we maintain our health. Federal.
I hope it really gets better. I hope all of this whole 2017 civil rights movement gets a lot more out there, you know.
It will.
Because I feel like our culture is so quiet, you know. Like we've been through so much and it's just still on the back burner. People still, you know, we got the Washington Redskins still. I mean, you should find out, like the word redskin, that's the scalp of a mother or child, you know, that's a racist word. You can't, and we say it. Declaration of Independence has the word savage in there. You know, it's some mean things. I just hope it gets better.
This week, maybe Dakota was kind of a blessing too, because I've noticed a lot more in the media.
I'm
media
happy
is so
that
powerful, unfortunately, but it is.
It took, you know what sucked is that it took social media. Social media made it big. It wasn't the media itself. Like your news stations, they weren't doing anything.
Exactly.
No, they weren't saying anything, and the only time they did say it if it was a negative thing. Then media and the news stations they feed on violence. Like just everything has to be violent. And if it's not a violent thing, they're gonna make up something violent. How they tried to say that the protesters were being violent. Nobody was being violent over there. You know what I mean? Nobody was being violent. Drugs and alcohol are not allowed on sacred land. It's not. If people were coming in there and doing that's they weren't there for that reason. You know, we're not. It's a bad omen to us. You can't do that because it's all gonna come back. So we know better than to go and do those things.
As the connection between Indigenous rights and environmental justice?
I would say the connection is definitely because Indigenous peoples, they rely directly on the land and natural resources. So I feel that climate issues, it impacts pollution. It's a direct impact all around for the health and wellness of Indigenous peoples that already have issues with fighting for their own rights and protection of their own land. So,